Hi, this is Zevia from Astrum Brumalis on Kil'jaeden. Welcome to our 10-man Omnotron guide. Omnotron consists of 4 bosses, each of which has only a few abilities that are relatively easy to handle on their own. However, at any given time there will be 2 bosses up, and the challenge is in properly coordinating the raid to react to both bosses at the same time as they frequently rotate throughout the fight. Arcanotron is an arcane-based boss with a high damage single target ability called Arcane Annihilator. This ability can and should be interrupted as much as possible. We found it was easiest to simply set up an interrupt rotation that was called out over vent. It will also generate little pools on the ground called power generators. These will restore 250 mana per second, as well as give anything standing in them an extra 50% damage. Arcanotron will do more damage while standing in it, so he must be moved off it, but everyone else should try to get in. If the tank can position him so that the melee can stand in it, fantastic. Otherwise, get the healers and ranged inside it. After approximately 30 seconds of being active, Arcanotron will put up a shield called Power Conversion. Anytime anyone deals damage to Arcanotron, including with dots, he will gain a stacking buff, causing him to deal more damage with each stack. These can be dispelled, purged, or spell stolen, but all attacks should stop on him immediately when the shield goes up. Magmatron will occasionally pulse out a raid-wide fire damage AoE that is unavoidable. He is generally the most mana-intensive of the 4 to heal through for this reason. It's advisable to stack up to help out the healers when he is active, as long as that does not interfere with any other mechanics, such as when Electron is active. His other damaging ability is called Flamethrower. He will target someone and begin channeling a red beam into them. This is their warning to get away from everybody else, as after a few seconds, Magmatron will begin channeling fire in a line towards the target. Anyone standing in the same line as the target will also be hit. Mages can Ice Block, Rogues can Cloak of Shadows, and Paladins can bubble out of the targeting ability. After approximately 30 seconds of being active, Magmatron will put up a shield called Barrier. It will absorb a certain amount of damage with no effect, but if it gets fully absorbed, it will blow up and deal a lot of damage to the entire raid. It's not exactly a raid-wiping ability if it gets blown up, but it is fairly likely to kill a few people and put a lot of extra strain on the healers. Toxitron will periodically throw out clouds of poison gas that will cause any target standing in them to take 50% more damage. This includes the boss. Whichever Tron is currently being attacked should be positioned to be standing in the cloud without the tank also standing in it. He will also summon 3 oozes from time to time that will then randomly pick a raid member and begin chasing them. You will know if you are being chased by the debuff that pops up called Fixate. If you are touched by a slime, you will not only most likely be killed, but you will also probably kill anyone standing within 6 yards of you. These adds must be DPS down immediately after spawning by anyone not being chased by one, and they are the only ability that will outright kill you if you make the slightest mistake in dealing with them. Toxitron is the boss you can least afford to tunnel vision on. After approximately 30 seconds, Toxitron will put up a shield called Poison Soaked Shell, which will cause a damaging debuff to appear on any targets who hit Toxitron. It will also cause you to do more damage with your attacks, but we found it was best to simply approach this shield the same way we did with all the others. Don't hit him! Electron will periodically chain lightning a random target, so if he is up, you should spread out. The only acceptable exception to this rule is to stand in a power generator. They will also occasionally stick a debuff on a random raid member called Lightning Conductor. It won't do any damage to the person with the debuff, but anyone standing near them will get hurt. If you have the debuff, get away from everyone. If you see the debuff, get away from it. Electron Shield is called Unstable Shield. It will simply respond to all attacks by letting out an AoE. All 4 bosses share a health pool, and a new boss will activate every 30 seconds, swapping out with whichever boss has already been up for 60 seconds. The basic strategy is to swap to whichever boss just became active to avoid hitting bosses with shields up, and to otherwise not stand in bad things and stand in the good thing. To summarize, for each role, tanks. Make sure you get Arcanotron out of his power generators, and make sure you put whichever boss is currently being damaged in Toxitron's gas clouds. Be sure to turn off your auto attack while holding aggro on anything with a shield up as well. If you are tanking Arcanotron, help out with interrupts. Don't get hit by Toxitron's oozes. Get away from everyone if targeted by Flamethrower or Lightning Conductor. Healers, make sure you stand in any power generators that Arcanotron creates. Spread out when Electron is up, clump together when Magmatron is up. Don't get hit by Toxitron's oozes or stand in his gas clouds. Toxitron and Arcanotron will be the least healing intensive bosses, so those are the times to use your efficient heals. Magmatron will be the biggest strain on your mana pool. Get away from everyone if targeted by Flamethrower or Lightning Conductor. DPS. Make sure you are only damaging whichever Tron was most recently activated. Keep interrupts up on Arcanotron. If you can, get in his power generators. Don't get hit by Toxitron's oozes or stand in his gas clouds. Make sure to kill any oozes that are up if you are not being chased by them. Get away from everyone if targeted by Flamethrower or Lightning Conductor. Spread out if Electron is up, clump together when Magnetron is up. Thanks for watching, and good luck.